ありがとう、播磨くん。くるくる回る、くるくる回る、くるくる回る、くるくる回る。ふわふわに浮かぶ私、今日も一人雲の上。
Lovers and gentlemen. Time and time again, I remind you, the best comedies are the ones that stay true to what they are. You don't watch Hanai for the story, you don't watch Konosuba for the plot, and you sure as hell don't watch School Rumble expecting fucking anything. To have a good comedy, you need at least a couple funny main characters. To have a great comedy, you give every character ridiculous amounts of screen time and completely disregard the story. One of the many beauties of School Rumble is that it's a parody. The plot is something you've seen 100 times. The main character wants to confess his feelings to his crush, but can't. With its massive cast, School Rumble takes this plot and runs it into the ground. Over and over, until the trope is so overused it becomes a running joke of the show. But a parody is only as funny as the characters that make it. Harima might be my favorite comedy protagonist of all time. He's a wannabe tough guy with a poet's heart, hopelessly chasing Tenma, who's an absolute fucking retard. I mean, what woman isn't? The issue is that she's in love with Karasuma, someone that's also incredibly retarded. Another issue is that when Harima tries getting closer to her, he only ends up doing the exact opposite, where his classmates think he's in love with Tenma's sister Yakumo, who's hinted to have a crush on Harima, though it's very one-sided, and one of Tenma's best friends, Eri, that I'll talk about later. On top of making the entire plot a complete joke, the episodes that do have a sense of story are typically left on cliffhangers that are followed by multiple episodes of absolutely nothing. One of my favorites being at the end of Season 2. In episode 19, Harima accidentally breaks Tenma's heart after ruining her attempt to confess to her crush Karasuma, where the episode cuts off as he tries to comfort her. This episode is followed by two parodies, an episode where Harima and Eri stalk Tenma as a dragon, an ice skating competition, and my personal favorite, episode 24. Randomly, out of nowhere, everyone's brown. No explanation. The show just decided they needed more diversity, I guess. I'm not exactly sure of the reason, but who cares? It's fucking hilarious. There's also this actual brown girl named Lala. She's an immigrant from Mexico. Her school gave her the nickname of Gorilla, and she's extremely violent and obnoxious. Who could have seen that one coming? While we're on the topic of women, what a fucking magnificent selection of girls to choose from. As mentioned previously, you have Tenma's sister Yakumo, that's not only gorgeous, but 16 years old. Eri is one of Tenma's friends that's absolutely gorgeous, and German, and rich. Makoto, she has assets, but who fucking cares, okay? I'm not here for the youngins, I'm here for the hags, which there is no shortage of. First, the teacher of Class 2D, Itoko, who's just stunning. I mean, purple hair, glasses, old, but would you be surprised if I told you it gets even better? Allow me to introduce to you the school nurse, Tae. She's not only beautiful, but get this, she loves getting drunk and tries to rape Harima. I'm not even joking. Now, dear viewer, you may be asking,
Jello, that's cool and all, but other than the women being retarded, which most are, what makes it so stupid that it's the most retarded of all time? I mean, didn't you already make this video on Free Reign a couple months ago?
My apologies, dear viewer. I was not familiar with your game. Allow me to tell you some of my favorite episodes so that you can get an understanding of why the video's titled the way it is. In Season 1, Episode 20, Harima gets a haircut and gets very self-conscious about it. And in this episode, Class 2C and Class 2D face off against each other in a chicken fight during the athletic festival. During the event, after executing a beautiful twin hurricane kick, Harima's hat falls off. If his classmates were to see it, the entire school would surely laugh at him and certainly make fun of him. Most importantly, Tenma could think less of him and potentially destroy their chance at a relationship. Thankfully, Eri sacrifices herself to save him from embarrassment. A playfully funny moment to the average viewer, but also depth for their relationship, as one-sided as that may be. Or how about the school play in episode 6, where Harima accidentally switches places with the princess that Eri would have to kiss on stage in front of the entire school after falling asleep. To Eri's surprise, Yakumo stops this from happening, and even though it's just a play, it almost seems real. Even Tenma, who died in the play, comes back to tell Yakumo to do it, and if Harima were to back out, it would not only break Yakumo's heart, but embarrass her in front of the entire school. So what happens? Going back to episode 24, remember the one where everyone's brown? Well, at the end of the episode, Haruki saves their village from Devil Tusk after summoning Kuta Panda. And after hits a Roman salute, as gratitude, Yakumo offers to marry him. And after a very long, thoughtful, relatable consideration, he makes the ultimate choice not to race mix and just leaves. That's not what I would have done. If you watched my video on Haganai, I was very happy about its ending, because it didn't really have one. It was mostly left up to the viewer's interpretation. Unless you were brain dead enough to read over 600 pages of a light novel like I was. Well, does School Rumble even have an ending? Kinda. The entire series stretches over two 26-episode seasons and a canon 2-episode OVA to give it an ending. The problem is that the anime only adapted roughly 14 volumes of 22, according to this Reddit post. And if they made another season, they probably could have covered the rest. But don't. Instead, they rush an entire ending into these two 20-minute episodes. So you may be wondering, did they do a good job? I mean, 40 minutes is enough to at least give it something, right? Well, just listen to how it plays out and you tell me. After over 50 episodes of watching Tenma collapse at the last second, we don't even get to see her confess her feelings to Karasuma. Not only the same Reddit chud from earlier, but a lot of fans, myself included, were a bit confused on why they decided to give Karasuma a personality for this one episode, even though his entire character portrayed in the anime was based off of him acting like a robot. Also, for some unknown reason, in these episodes everyone seems to know about Harima's crush on Tenma, when in the anime it's supposed to be kind of vague, as one of the main issues was that everyone thought he was with Yakumo or Eri. Anyway, the second episode focuses around sending Tenma to the US so that she could be with Karasuma, who left due to some illness, and you get to watch Harima be a cuck for 17 minutes. The last scene is of a party, or a high school reunion, where we get to see Tenma and Karasuma, who lost his memories. Except there's one person he can remember.
通知はもらってねえぞ。冷てえクラスメートだな、おい。君は、
思い出したの？カラスマくん！
花井くん。
Oh, never mind. Now personally, I love an ending like this, and if you're a true lover, you'd remember that I already talked about this ending on the channel over 3 months ago. They're so predictable, and they usually change the entire show for the ending, like Clanad, Angel Beats, but then there's shows that don't, like Haganai, School Rumble, which are consistent and don't switch up. And if you can't understand that, then you could fuck right off. The last thing I'll say about the ending is that I don't think it's as funny as Haganai's because it's not rushed and shitty on purpose, though I don't think it's necessarily as bad as some people think, so I'm not going to hold it against it in the final score. Oh, and if you're curious, Yakumo's best girl, and I refuse to explain why. School Rumble doesn't make sense, but that's the point. It reminds you that love, like comedy, only works when you stop trying to make it work. It's very similar to an Azumanga or a Lucky Star, but because of its shift towards being a rom-com, it tends to get forgotten as a rom-com when it's so much more than that. The art style as well is fucking beautiful. The music is amazing. If you couldn't tell, I only use School Rumble's OST when making this video, and I use the soundtrack in a lot of other videos. Every intro and outro bangs incredibly hard, and they had no reason to put this much effort into a show this stupid, but they did anyway, and it's fucking amazing. And without further ado, let's go ahead and give it a ranking. School, I definitely don't have a crush on my classmate's younger sister Rumble, gets the official, stamped, Jellohluvr score of, drumroll please, 8.4 out of 10. I ranked it slightly above the score I gave Haganai, but right below Phantom Blood and Gurren Lagann. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if I should rage bait more Freerun fans at the end of Season 2, and as always, take care everyone.